Okay, this is my data, right? So here what I can do is I can copy this cell. Okay, I can paste it over here. Okay, and let's say this is again my, let's say, TF, my data frame. Okay, and I'll make the duplicates, right? I'll simply make the duplicates. Okay, so what I can do is I'll simply making the duplicates. Okay, let's run this, and this is my data. Okay, now I'm showing you the how you can pre-process your data. If there are duplicates, how you can, find out the duplicates, or in simple words, in directly how you can drop the duplicates, because there is no, reason to find out the duplicates and see the duplicate value. If there are duplicate value, you can simply drop those duplicate values, right? So I can simply use a df dot drop duplicates. Okay, and run this. So here you can see that I just drop the duplicates, and now my data is this. You can, create as bigger data frame as you want. You can create the data frames with billions rows, as well as a billion columns, as well as a trillion columns, and whatever columns, whatever rows you want, you can create that much big data frame, right? Or you can easily scrap the data, mine the data from the internet as well. Yeah, that is nothing but a data mining, or data scrapping in short. Okay, so whatever big data you want, you can, get that particular big data in the Python. But there is a limit in Excel, right? There is a limit in Excel, like, okay, I'll show you that as well. Okay, so, okay, like, for rows, so how many rows are there? The limitation of Excel is around 10 lakh, 10,000 around rows will be there. Okay, if you exceed this limit, so you can't be able to, add more than that data inside the Excel. Okay, and there are 60,000 columns are there inside the Excel sheet, right? One sheet. So but there is no limit over here in Python. Like, if you wanted to look for primary key, okay, so primary key is the concept of SQL. Okay, databases, it is a concept of that, not the concept of Python. Okay, if there is a duplicate value, let's say this is the duplicate. Yes, this row is duplicate row with this. Okay, so Python has the capability to identify the duplicate rows, and it has the capability to drop those duplicate rows. There is no concept like primary key and, the foreign key. Okay, that those concepts will be in MySQL, right? If there is a matching rows, then, okay, like the rows are matching. Okay, so then only Python will remove that. Okay, because you will find that there are multiple columns, let's say 10 columns are there. Okay, if the 10 columns values are matching for few rows, so those columns are nothing but the duplicates column. Let's say if there is a column like the only 5 columns value are matching, and remaining 5 columns value are not matching, so we can't say that column or that row is duplicate, right? If the all values in the row, okay, are matching with the another row, then we can say that those two rows are the, there is one duplicate row in that data set. Now let us go ahead. Okay, let me show you the few things, like what if, okay, let's say if you wanted to drop column. Okay, so if you wanted to drop the column, so is there any method to drop the column? Right, is there? Yes, is there any method to drop the column? Absolutely, there is a method. Okay, like there is a name and age in your data. Okay, this is my data. Okay, this is my data, right? Because here I didn't added the, the in place equal to true. That's why I got the same data frame, which is the original with having the duplicate values inside it. Okay, and now let us go and try to drop the one column. Now I'm just showing you, okay, like I'm not adding the in place parameter, right? Age. Okay, so simply use this and you can run this. Okay, sorry, there is a age is not found. Okay, because you will find, okay, yes, age is okay, that's the one thing. Okay, I'll have to this is a the column is there. Now why it is showing that age is not found in axis. Okay, now what this mean? Okay, I'll have to add the parameter axis. Okay, you will find that, okay, axis is the one parameter is there. You will have to mention this. Okay, you will have to dropping. Okay, which like column are you dropping or the row you are dropping, right? Absolutely, age is just a number. Drop it, right? So let us go with the columns. Okay, I just wanted to drop the column. Now here you can see, now I just drop the column which is nothing but the age, right? Like there is one more data frame which is nothing but the series, guys. Okay, series is nothing but the one single column of the data frame, right? So okay, if you wanted to create the series, so you can simply use the list. Okay, you can simply use a list. Let's say this is my data. I just wanted to create the series by using the pandas library. Okay, and I'll be creating the list 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, this is my you know data. Here you can see, okay, this is a series, right? So with the help of this, you can simply use this and you will find that the data type of values, these values inside the series are nothing but the integers, right? So you can create the series as well, right? Then what about next? Like, let me show you, like, let's say if there are missing values present inside your data. Okay, let's say, let me use the import numpy for creating the missing value in my data as np. Okay, so now I can be able to create the missing values inside my data, right? Now here you can see that this is my data 1 2 3 4 5, right? Now I can simply use this data. I'll use the replace method, right? And I just wanted to let's say I just wanted to replace 2. Okay, so if you wanted to replace 2 or 3 or any random value, you can simply put that random value over here and use the np, which is nothing but you are using the numpy library over here to add the nan values are nothing but the missing values. Okay, and here you can see that now I'll have to go with the in place because I'll just, okay, I just wanted to add the missing value in my data, right? So here you can see that I just wanted to replace this 2 by missing value of nan. Okay, let me run this and here you can see the data, okay, containing the missing values. Okay, if you wanted to add more missing values, so you can use the simply list. Okay, like this, you can simply use the list like this and you are free to replace the missing values, right? Let us go ahead with this. Okay, let's try to you know understand this thing. Okay, this is the thing you can do. Okay, now if you wanted to as I say, if you wanted to add few more missing values, so here you can see, that's how you can add the few more missing values inside your data, right? Now there are a lot of things are there, like you can be able to, like you are free to rename your column names. Like this is my column name, let's say. Name is there, age is there. You can be able to edit your column name. Okay, in the same way you can be able to edit your index numbers as well. You see index number 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, you can be able to edit these numbers as well. Okay, now for that you will have to use the one thing. Okay, let me show you. This is my data. Okay, now let's say this is my data. I just wanted to rename this thing. Okay, now instead of name I just wanted to explore, explain more about this column name. Okay, these are nothing but the name of the attendees. Okay, I just wanted to add this thing, name of the attendees, instead of name only, right? So here what I can do is I can simply use the data, okay, dot rename. Okay, data dot rename, and here you can see that I'll be using the columns, right? And inside the columns you will find that I'll be using the which column name I have to change the name, right? And which is the new name. Okay, which one is the new name? So here is the new name of attendees, right? So this is how you can do. Okay, you can add the in place equal to true to see. Yes, we are making changes in the data, and you can see the data, right? You can see name of the attendees over here, right? Data type is nothing but the data frame. Like in the starting we just created the data frame. So the type of this whole table, okay, type of this whole table is the data frame. This table is nothing but the data frame, right? In the info you will find out. Okay, where see core is nothing but the data frame, right? See. Okay, and if you wanted to see the types of your elements values inside your data, so you can see the integer and objects. Okay, if you want okay, you just wanted to change the this number, index number. Okay, let me show you how you can able to change the index number. Now let me go ahead again over here. Okay, now I just made the changes in the columns. Okay, now I just wanted to go ahead with the indexes, right? Okay, so let's say I just wanted to change the index number, let's say 0. Okay, and I just wanted to add this 0. Okay, so I can simply use this, and here you can see in the data you will find that the 0 index number is there. If you wanted to change the more index number, you can free to change it. Okay, like this. See, we just made the changes in the index number. We just rename those index number. Understood? Okay, so now here you can see that now there is 2. You can use this as the 2. There is 0 value is there, right? So you can use this as the 1 2 3, right? And you can see this thing. See 1 2 3. So in the same way you can rename the fourth one as well. So for that, okay, let me create a one dummy data, okay, for group buying our data. So let's say, okay, df pd dot data frame. Okay, with the help of this I can be able to create a data frame. Okay, let's say key one is there. Okay, this is my first column name. Okay, I am adding few let's say a values to it. Okay, okay, for group buying. Why am I adding duplicates? Because in the group by you will find that we are just grouping by the data. Okay, so that is why we are doing this thing. Okay, let's go and add the key to, okay, with, let's say, again, okay, now I'll have to add few numerical variables, okay, which means we can be able to apply the group by method, okay, by using those, numerical columns. Okay, like we are applying some, aggregate function like mean, right? So for that, okay, let's say uh, v1 is the column name. Okay, and let me add a any random value. Okay, so instead of taking this random value, what I can use is I can use the numpy library, okay, for selecting the random values. Yeah, so it's totally in a random way we'll be getting the values. Okay, so okay, random numbers. Okay, basically we are using the numpy library as np dot random method is there, okay, which can generate the random numbers. So these are nothing but the random numbers we are generating. And how many random numbers we want? Only 5, because here you can see that the 5 values are there. You will see that the 5 values are there, right? So this is the first thing. Okay, I'll go with the another v2, okay, with another random numbers, right? I'll complete the data frame. Okay, no issue with this. Here you can see I just completed it. Okay, so let us go and I'll show you the data frame, how the data frame looks like. Okay, this is my data frame. Now here you can see that the two columns which are the objective, two columns object, two columns are the numerical one. If you want to see this, so you can simply use the info, right? With this, here you can see that the total 5 entries are there, 5 rows are there in my column, total 4 columns are there, okay, there with their index number 0 1 2 3 4, right? And how many values are there which are non-null? Okay, so in my 4 column you will find that the 5 non-null values in each column. So you will find that the total entries are 5 non-null values, which means there is no none value, right? And here you can see that the data type for each column, like for these first 2 column are object and second 2 columns are float. Now we know that float is nothing but the decimal point. You will find that the numerical values containing the data, decimal points. This is nothing but my info, right? Now let us go ahead and apply the group by function on it, right? So let's say if I just wanted to apply a group by function, or the I just wanted to see the let's say the mean of these two column, okay, by using the, let's say, key one. Okay, there is a key one, so I just wanna check the the key one, okay, the mean for each value. Okay, let's say there are two unique values are there. I just wanted to see the mean for this. Okay, how can I get this? I'll use a group. Okay, I'll use a data frame. Okay, you know that. And here I will be using the, let's say, v1. Here you can see v1. Okay, and I'm applying group by on it. Okay, I'm applying group by on it. And which column we want to group by? let's say the first column, key one column. Understood? Okay. So here you can see key one column is there, and I am applying is group by. Okay. Group by dot mean, just the get the mean values. Okay. If you see this thing, so you can firstly see this thing. Okay, sorry, group by is not defined, grouped is defined, right? So you can see that the group by object is there. Okay, series group by. So what I can do is I can simply find out the mean for the data. So here you can see this is my key one. Okay, I just group the key one. You can see that the key one, and inside the key one there are two values, unique values are there. First unique value is A, second unique value is B. Okay, and here you can see that. Okay, these are nothing but the mean values for v1 column. For which column? For v1 column. You here you will find that the how many A values are there. Okay, this thing, the second this thing, then this one, right? So I added this three value. Okay, I just find out the mean of these three value. So the mean of these three value is this, and the mean of this two value 0.78 minus 1.22, the mean of this is going to be minus 0.22, right? So this is how you can, you know, apply the group by method on it. Okay, again guys, this is very much important. Group by method is very much important. Okay, so let's discuss that lock method and ilock method. What is that? Okay, so here you can see that the lock is nothing but the, you know, the parameter name, the column name. Here you can see that the how many column name are there. Okay, four column. Let me show you here. Okay, how many column names are there? Four columns, and their index value here you can see 0, 1, 2, 3. Now what I can do is, now if I just wanted to select the key one parameter and the v1 parameter. Okay, so with the help of lock method, you know, with the help of lock method giving me the permission to select this parameter, these columns, you know. So I'm selecting this key one. Okay, I'm also selecting this v1. Okay, and let me run this, and here you can see. Okay, this is nothing but the lock method. Okay, now you can choose any value over here. If you want to select the one column only, you can go with the one column, right? It's totally up to you. Okay, and what about ilock method? Ilock nothing but the index location, right? Ilock is nothing but the index location, right? So here you can see that df.ilock. Now instead of taking the names of the column, I will be taking the index of the column. Now this is a zero index column, this is a first index column, this is a second index column, this is a third index column, right? So if I wanted to, you know, extract the second index, first index columns, so I'll simply use this. Okay, I'll simply use this first index column. Let me run this. Here you can see. Okay, sorry, I got the row. I'll have to, you know, add this thing. Okay, all the rows, and here you can go. Okay, now basically this is my this is my first index column, you see. Okay, I got the, you know, error value first, because if I use these, so here you can see that the ilock, which means index location, if I use only this, which means it will consider the row. Understood? It will consider the row. And like I got the values A to 0.79, 0.097 for this particular row. Got it? Okay, so if you wanted to go ahead with the column, so you can simply use the all rows comma the first column. Okay, all rows comma and first column, right? Now okay, this is the thing. Now if you wanted to select only, let's say, okay, I just wanted to select this many, okay, this A, okay, this many data, okay, this b data and 1 2 data, these two columns data only, this much square I want. from my data. Okay, what I can do is I can simply go ahead with df dot either lock or ilock. Let's go ahead with ilock. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll go with the index number of the rows like 2 and 3. Okay, so I'll use the 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, this is nothing but the 2 3 4. 4 is excluded here. Remember guys, 4 is excluded here. Understood? Now what I can do is this is a index 1 0 column, this is a index 1 column, this is a index 2 column. As we know, index 2 is excluded, right? So here what I'll do is I can simply go ahead with this one. Okay, let me run this. Here you can see BB values and 1 2 values. Okay, this just square this much. Understood? Okay, this is how you can select any small subset of your data frame, right? You can use anything. Okay, you can use anything, and you can go ahead with either iLock method or the lock method, right? Now let us talk about the next thing. Okay, let's say, okay, let's say here you can see that, okay, let's say in the, let's say in the v2, okay, few values are negative, few values are positive. If you wanted to select only positive values, right, if you wanted to select a only positive value based on the v2 column, if you want to select only positive rows, okay, values, let's say this is a positive row, I can say, because the value for v2 is positive over here in this particular row. I just want to take this particular row. Here you can see that this is a positive value of the v2 column, so I just want to take this particular row. So how I can do this? So there is one which is very interesting method is there. Just use the data frame, your name of the data frame, your name of your data. Okay, and here just add the your column name. Okay, and add one condition. Okay, your column names v2's value should be greater than 0. Okay, if your value is greater than 0, so it will be in the, you know, in the your data or not in the data. So these are nothing but the boolean concept. Okay, you just added one condition over here, and just by adding this particular condition, you know, it's very easy to take the, you know, positive columns by using the v2 column, you know, positive rows by using a v2 column. Okay, there are a lot of functions in the, you know, python. Okay, all we need to is just explore those functions, right? So if you want to explore those function, you can simply go over here, you can simply refer this reference of python, and you will understand all this thing, because you know, pandas is very much big, right? So it's not possible to explain each and everything over here inside this particular session. Okay, if you wanted to explore again much deeper into that, so you can simply go ahead and feel free to explore more. If you have any question, you can simply join with me on LinkedIn. Okay, for any upcoming question, welcome. For creating the numpy arrays, arrays are nothing but the matrix in 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension, and more dimension, right? Then by using numpy you can create the missing value. As I used np.nan, so that is nothing but the, you know, you will see that, okay, where it is nan. Okay, here you can see np.random. I used you know, numpy library to, you know, generate the random numbers in, okay, 5 random numbers in between, you know, anything, you know, you will find that the any random number you will see. Okay, you can use the numpy library for, you know, the nan values, adding the nan values. Nan values are nothing but the missing value. You just added the missing value over here, right? So you can also use numpy library for doing some statistical analysis. Will be, okay, we'll see those statistical analysis in upcoming part of the session, right? Series is just the number. Okay, sorry, is just the one column, I would say. Okay, so see, this is my data. Okay, let's say this is my data. Okay, and if I selected the one column, only this column, so this is nothing but the series. So that is the difference only, not any other, right? You can create the series by using the list as well. You can create the series by using the list as well. Here we just created it. Here, see, here we just created the series by using the list. Okay, this is just the one column, I would say. Okay,